Well, hey guys, Rye Ludwig with Midwest Whitetail. We're out here getting some work done today. It's about 91 degrees, so it's a little warm. Got me thinking towards fall, and food plots are being put in later this summer. So through that, I have 5 things that are pretty important to me when I'm putting in a food plot. And the first of those is going to be just selecting a location. There's a lot of variables that go into this, and it can depend on owning your land or whether it's a permission farm. When you own your land, you can kind of put your food plot wherever you want. Now, granted, topography does play into that, whether you want to put in a hilltop, bottom. But then if you look at a permission farm side of things, you may only have a small area the farmer gives you permission, or the person gives you permission that owns the land where you can put that food plot. And based on those areas, you'd want to select a seed that's good, whether it's low ground that stays wet, high ground that's pretty dry and well drained. And you can make that decision once you pick your location. And I guess I kind of rolled into my second point already, which is selecting a seed variety. Now there's a lot of different options that you can do for a fall food plot, and clover is an option. That's more of a full year food plot, but it's still an active, good source during the fall for a hunting plot. Then there's brassicas, and then also you have like oats, winter wheat, and rye that can all be used in different areas. So once you identify where you want to plant and what you want to plant, then you want to look at getting a soil sample so you can prepare your ground best for what you're going to be putting in there. So with that soil sample, you can see what nutrients are at a deficit, what the pH level is, and what you need to do to prepare your plot. So whether that's raising the pH of soil with lime, whether that's putting nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. And for those of you that don't know, on the fertilizer bags, that's what those numbers stand for. The first number is nitrogen, the middle one's phosphorus, and the last one is potassium. And all of that will help condition your soil to be the best for your desired planting. So the fourth thing on this list is how you want to plant your food plot. So we have 3 things that kind of fall into this. One being a poor man's plot, which is kind of your handwork side of things. 2 would be tilling in your plot. And then 3 would be drilling your plot. So the poor man's plot's a great option for people who don't have access to equipment. And what the poor man's plot is pretty much all handwork. That's your manual labor. You're raking the ground, spraying by hand. It still works. We've done a couple last year where we couldn't get equipment in there because the corn was up. So we did a poor man's plot up at the cherry tree. Turned out really well. We were to harvest 2 does there, and we only hunted it once. So it was a pretty awesome plot, looked great. Another way you can put a food plot in is tilling, and I think that's probably the most common around the different parts of the country. Mainly because whether you're a farmer or whether you're a person who has a garden in your backyard, you have some type of tiller, something that can rough up the ground. Now it works great, but it does have some downsides. With the tilling, you lose moisture in your soil by breaking it up and disturbing it. And also you kind of disturb the weed bed and have more competition for your seed. So lastly, and probably the #1 option as far as like success, is drilling your seed. And basically least amount of disturbance, puts the seed at the right depth, really accurate rate versus spreading seed. Just kind of puts the odds best in your favor towards creating a great food plot. And then the #1 thing when it comes to putting all these food plots in, I think it's the most important, and a lot of people probably don't think about it, but it's enjoy the rewards of your hard work. You put a ton of effort in towards putting in food, whether it's a kill plot or whether it's for nutritional purpose for your deer herd. It's really one of the most important things to me as a food plotter, is being able to look at that hard work and just have the reward right there in my eyes. It's a good feeling at the end of the day, especially if you get to harvest a buck or doe off of it each year. It makes it all worth it. So for me, those are 5 keys that I use to help me with my food plotting processes in the fall. Hopefully those tips help you guys out, and good luck hunting this fall.